Night presses dark over Beleriand. Morgoth has returned from the west with malice burning in his spirit. From the depths of Angband, he sends forth orcs in seething numbers, aiming to crush the free folk who dwell by the rivers and forests. The elves of the land sense a gathering dread, yet they stand unbowed, calling upon old alliances among their kin. A Sindarin captain at the fringe of Doriath whispers to his watch, "We do not yield this land. Let them come." King Thingol reigns in Doriath, shielded by the girdle woven by Melian the Maia, though that enchantment is not yet perfected for all corners of his realm. He perceives the unrest and summons help. Many Sindar gather at the borders, determined to guard the havens of the coast and the lush woodlands inland. Word spreads to Círdan, lord of the Falathrim, who dwells at the havens of the Falas. He commands ships on the western shores, but now he marshals his folk into a defensive line to meet the orcs threatening to pour across Beleriand from the north. A Falathrim scout calls out to Círdan, "My lord, the enemy nears! Our bows are ready!" Morgoth's legions march in two main hosts. One pushes toward Círdan's region, intending to isolate the Falathrim from any help. The other drives toward the realm of Thingol, eager to hack a path through the forest roads. These orcs bring crude spears and black-fletched arrows, snarling in harsh tongues. Many have never fought elves of such skill. They believe the element of surprise will decide the clash, but the Sindar, though they have seldom battled a horde like this, hold centuries of experience in stealth and archery. They also know every glade and stream, giving them a keen advantage in the first skirmishes. A Sindarin archer near the eaves of the forest mutters, "We stand where the shadows cannot conquer. The orcs that assail the western coast press Círdan's folk hard. The Falas stands besieged. Fighting rages among dunes and shipyards, smoke rising where vessels burn. Círdan sets archers behind palisades, shooting volley after volley. Yet the orcs have numbers beyond anything the Falathrim expected. Slowly they push the defenders back to the walls of Eglarest and Brithombar. In desperation, Círdan signals for a partial evacuation by sea, though not all can flee. One Falathrim mariner shouts as the orcs batter the gate, "We hold here or we perish together." Out on the water, watchers see the land lit by distant firelight as the orcs hammer the walls. Meanwhile, in eastern Beleriand, the second orc host meets resistance from various Sindarin clans scattered through the woods. These elves fight in small bands, relying on swift ambush. But orc outriders continue forward, heading for the home forest of Thingol himself. South of the mighty river Círdan, a large group of orcs attempts to cross and sever the lands from any reinforcements. Denethor of the Lequendi, son of Lenwë, leads a force that intercepts them near Aros. The Lequendi, known for blending with green boughs, strike at night with silent arrows. At first, the orcs recoil, many falling to hidden archers, but raw numbers push Denethor's people into a bitter fight. Surrounded on a low hill, they endure heavy losses. Denethor himself is slain, though the orcs finally break and flee to regroup. A wounded elf cradles Denethor's body, murmuring, "Your bravery will not be forgotten." It is then that Thingol gathers a stronger force, joined by some of Círdan's riders who manage to slip north. They converge where the orcs mass for a renewed assault. The Sindar catch them unawares, unleashing a coordinated strike. Horns echo among the pines, and the orcs, thinking themselves unstoppable, wheel around in confusion. In the gloom, Thingol's armor glints faintly, and Melian's subtle power lends an edge to the elves' presence. The orcs cannot withstand this combined might. They fall back in disorder, leaving behind iron-tipped spears and twisted standards. By starlight, the king's folk press the advantage, hounding the orcs until they scramble north toward Morgoth's fortress. An officer under Thingol calls to his comrades, "Pursue them. Let no dark creature remain." Círdan's force in the Falas also rallies. Help arrives too late for some of the coastal fortifications, but enough to let the Falathrim break the siege. They send swift ships along the shore, carrying archers who land behind orc lines, sowing chaos. The orcs attempt to hold newly captured positions, but find themselves attacked from land and sea. One by one, they lose ground. The Falas stands battered but unbroken. A voice rings from the battered walls. "We will rebuild. We have not fallen." In the end, Morgoth's main invasion fails to conquer Beleriand. The orcs who survive drag themselves north, cursing the cunning and fierce resistance of the elves. They have dealt heavy damage, killing Denethor and leaving swaths of forest ravaged, yet they fail to seize dominion. Morgoth learns from this defeat that the Sindar are not passive dwellers in starlit woods. Though they lack the might of the Valar or the newly arrived Noldor, they defend their homes with grim resolve. The victorious elves unite further under Thingol's guidance, forging alliances that will shape later struggles. Círdan fortifies the Falas, building stronger walls to withstand future raids. The Lyquendi, sorrowful at Denethor's loss, keep a quieter watch, less numerous now, but no less determined. Tales call this confrontation the first battle of Beleriand, a harbinger of more savage wars yet to come. Its outcome preserves a measure of freedom in the wide lands before Morgoth's dominion can tighten. It also sparks a sense of wariness among the elves. They realize an even mightier storm may someday fall upon them, but they have proven that they can rally across forests, rivers, and coasts. Their victory is neither easy nor without grief, but it prevents the swift conquest Morgoth had planned. Morgoth, brooding within Angband, now sees that orcs alone cannot claim all under the night sky. Click below and reward yourself with another fascinating and exciting story.